What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Yankee Content Central. So, for this quick little emergency episode on this glorious Friday morning, I'm going to address the Stroman stuff from yesterday. So, I'm filming this on Thursday night. So, if I keep referring to today, no, it's Thursday. So, on Thursday morning, late Thursday morning, it was reported by multiple sources down in Tampa that Marcus Stroman showed up for his physical on Tuesday morning and has not been back to camp since. Contractually, from the collective bargaining agreement, he does not have to appear at camp until February 22nd. Now, I know everyone's going to be like, well, pitchers and catchers were supposed to be there Tuesday. He's a pitcher. Contractually, he doesn't have to. That's more of like, all right, this is when workouts start, standard practice, being a team player, all that sort of stuff, which we know Stroman hasn't been. So the club was informed by his agent before his physical, which to me doesn't make sense because reports today indicated that they had him scheduled for throwing programs today. And that doesn't indicate that they didn't know. Matt Blake, the pitching coach for the Yankees, was asked today, do you know where Marcus Stroman is? And he goes, he's around Tampa. That was his answer. Manager Aaron Boone was also asked and had this to say. He said, obviously, I want all our players here clearly. That said, I am, again, comfortable with where he's at physically and mentally. Boone also went on the note that he was nudging Marcus Stroman to appear at spring training and come in. With that being said, I'm going to have my takes on this right now. Both parties here should be taking accountability. Number one, Marcus Stroman should show more maturity to appear at spring training and be there. I get contractually. I totally get that. And Boone noted like other reasons for him not being there, and he'll let him speak on those reasons himself. Boone's not going to share it. I understand that. Where I fall off of this is he has reasons, yet he's posting pictures of him having his best life on a boat, which I don't have a problem with. It's your off season, it's your vacation. But if the rest of your team is out there practicing and you're technically supposed to be there, that leaves a bad look on you as a player. And we all know, the Yankees should probably take some accountability here. They kind of made his offseason a living hell this year. They really did. They made it such a priority that they have to trade him, that they can't acquire another piece this offseason. They can't finish the offseason and have a complete team unless they trade Marcus Stroman. And the team made that very clear and is still making it very clear. Obviously, looking at the AL East right now, and you're looking at it and you're evaluating, Bregman comes off the board on Wednesday evening and goes to Boston. And you're looking at the American League East, and you're looking at Boston specifically. Baltimore's a young team, and they have players. Felix Bautista coming back from injury. That's going to be a big move for them. He's not back till May or June, though. And, development of other players. Kersted's supposed to get a starting role, etc. But Boston you're looking at, and it's like, okay, this team could be scary. They don't have a closer. The bullpen's not as strong as they think it is. Their starting pitching is not bad. They do have three solid starting pitchers, two or three. They have Tanner Hawk. They have Tanner Hawk. They have Giolito when he comes back. Sandoval, Walker Buehler. They have Ryan Bayo. They have Garrett Crochet and a couple of other names. Dick Fitz is in the mix there. They definitely have some names. Obviously, the Yankee starting rotation blows them out of the water, makes them look like weaklings. And I'm going to address this too. Garrett Crochet wasn't even the best starter in his division. He was on the crappy White Sox, and everyone covets him because of his service time. That's why he's so coveted. He still had a 3 ERA last year, a little over a 3. So yeah, and Judge owns him. So let's be real. But Boston's a legitimate threat in this division. And if Marcus Stroman's $18.5 million is holding the Yankees up, and the understanding is that the Yankees can't make any moves and has such a high asking price that teams are like, no, we're good. You can't have both if you're the Yankees. You just can't have both. You can't have an exorbitantly high asking price and you can't do this. It's just you can't do it. You can't have a high asking price when you're trying to cut a guy, and then you can't be like, okay, well, you know what, we can have any player we want, right? Wasn't that the narrative when Soto was still on the board? We can sign any player we want. We're the mecca of baseball. We're still the evil empire. No, you're not. You're not the mecca of baseball. You're not the evil empire. You can't send any player you want because you set the hard luxury tax. You said I'm not going above 301, and I get because of the penalties. And I don't think the CBT penalties are fair. Because right now, what baseball is doing is penalizing owners like Hal Steinbrenner and the Guggenheim Group and C.V. Cohen and other owners. I'm not going to throw John Henry in there just yet because he hasn't done enough. The Ricketts aren't good anymore, etc. You're throwing pretty much these three owners, the Steinbrenners, the Cohens, and the Guggenheims, into a pit where they're paying all these luxury penalties to teams like the Miami Marlins and the St. Louis Cardinals, who haven't signed a free agent this offseason. St. Louis hasn't done anything this offseason. They've done nothing. They have sat on their ass and waltzed around trading Nolan Arenado, which isn't happening, by the way. St. Louis has come out and said they have a better shot of having him on their roster than not. And the Yankees, they checked in again, and the Yankees are adamant that they want Stroman going, and St. Louis doesn't want him for obvious reasons. Okay, so cross that Arenado out of your head. We're probably looking at third base competition in spring training, which actually it could be a positive. I see it as a very huge negative. But you never know if a starter shakes free. Maybe someone on the Pirates gets hurt and Ke'Bryan Hayes shakes loose. Charlie Hayes' son, who kind of came over in '96 and caught the final out. So, maybe the Yankees do what they did that year and go into the series heavy underdogs with a Hayes playing third base and catches the final pop up. Maybe that'd be cool. Let's dream a little bit about that. But when we get back to this, in reality, the reality is, in words of Aaron Boone, the reality is that the Yankees don't have to go into the season with a $301 million payroll. They really don't. They just want to. They have to. Because they're still paying Aaron Hicks and Anthony Rizzo and Nestor Cortez and other players that aren't on this roster, they're still paying. That's the problem. Sorry, John Mara just sold part of the Giants. The other problem is that the Yankees, don't know how to spend money well. So instead of spending your money equitably, you're now going to go into the season with an incomplete roster potentially because you can't trade Marcus Stroman. Obviously, I just laid out a scenario. Someone gets hurt and he goes. That's fine. He doesn't have a role on this team. The Yankees have made that clear. I feel bad for Stroman in a way, but then again, I don't when he does, things that he's done in the past. So let me know in the comments below your thoughts on the Stroman deal or Stroman being on this team and obviously, being a pain, not coming to spring training and all that sort of stuff. Reports indicate by Andy Martino that he should be there by Saturday, but obviously until that happens, it's yet to be seen. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you. Follow on social media and please like and subscribe and have a great day. Let's